You don't need to thank people for doing what's expected of them. You don't need to thank people for meeting the standard, right? But here's the problem with that thinking. I have a tendency not to thank Emily for the things that she's doing to love me because I don't realize she's doing them. In my head, I've put those things in the expected category. And I want to challenge both of you. What have you stopped thanking your partner for because you've put something in the expected category? All right, I'll give you an example. Let's just say that I felt loved and valued when I came home from work to a clean house and a hot meal. Now, that's not me at all, but let's say for the sake of the argument it is. And every day Emily was swamped and the kids were stressing her out and she went out of her way. She worked extra hard at the end of the day to pick up and make sure the house was clean and dinner was ready. Now, when I walk in the door, did I see her extra effort? Did I see her sacrificing for me? No, I just see a clean house and a hot meal, which in my mind is the way that things should be. So I'm not going to thank her for meeting the standards of how things should just be, right? But that's a problem, because we complain when they get things wrong. Oh, we're really good at that, aren't we? But we don't praise them when they get things right, do we? The way I see it, you have two choices. You can cultivate a climate where you're both looking out for ways to appreciate each other. You're intentionally cognizant of the ways your partner is trying to show up for you. Or you can let your natural default take over, which for so many of us is under appreciation. And here's what I know. Unexpressed gratitude, unexpressed appreciation is worthless. Doesn't do a bit of good to anybody. And worse, unexpressed gratitude will oftentimes be interpreted as entitlement, or ingratitude, or neglect. Don't believe me? I dare you to ask. And I know what some of your pushback is. Okay, but what if my partner doesn't really do anything for me specifically? I mean, I can't thank them for nothing. Okay, one, you need to be having emotionally safe talks about that because you probably feel neglected, don't you? And if you can't do that, well, that's a whole separate video. But for the people who can, both of you need to get on the same page. Ask your partner, what are 3 big or small specific ways that I can love you this week in the ways that you feel valued and appreciated? Don't say, help me more around the house. No, that's way too vague. Say, you want to serve me, you want to carry my burdens? Do the dishes every night. This is just one for me. You want to show me that you love me? Tell me the ways that I get it right for you. Tell me that I'm still desirable to you. And then do those things consistently. And if you notice them doing it, say thank you and mean it. Remember, people love to be praised for what they're getting right. And when our partners prioritize us, yes, it's a baseline need for the relationship, I get that, but it's also not meant to be taken for granted. It's a gift and one we should be thanking them for consistently.